TV with Gail Pennington. Good morning, Gail Pennington.
Good morning. I wondered what was happening. I had a lot of silence there.
That's David Salmon's fault.
Okay.
Let's get to the Emmys, right? The Emmys are the big
Emmys
deal.
are tonight. How odd is that? They're on a Monday and they're this early that they're in August.
What's going on? Why is it a Monday and why is it in August?
I know why it's in Monday. It's because they're on NBC this year, and NBC has Sunday Night Football.
Okay.
So even preseason football is more important than the Emmys.
I mean, this is a real oddity, right? Because normally they're in September.
They were like the 22nd of September last year.
Right.
And they're the 25th of August this year.
But they didn't even put them on a Sunday night. They put them on a Monday night, which is even goofier.
Preseason football has already started.
Because preseason
football, blame it on football, I tell you.
Preseason football is more important than the Emmys.
Apparently so.
Wow. All right.
But I don't mind a Monday night. I think Monday night is fine for them.
Who's hosting the Emmys tonight?
Seth Meyers.
NBC's Seth Meyers.
Oh, Seth Meyers.
NBC's, because the network that is airing them always picks the host, and it's always somebody from their network.
Gotcha. All right. And what are you looking for tonight? What big what?
Well, my favorite thing of the entire year was Fargo.
Okay.
And I hope Fargo has the most nominations, tied with True Detective. Anything. And I'm hoping that Fargo wins everything it's nominated for, and I predict it will not, because I think True Detective is going to win almost everything it's nominated for.
True Detective with Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey.
Right, but they're both nominated for Best Actor in a Drama, so who will win?
And then you have John Hamm also, who was nominated.
One of them is going to knock off John Hamm, seriously.
Well, you got
poor John Hamm.
You got John Hamm, who has yet to win one, right?
He's not going to win one now, I'm afraid.
And then what about Bryan Cranston with Breaking Bad?
Exactly.
Right.
If Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey cancel each other out, Bryan Cranston will win.
Yeah. And then Woody Harrelson, Matthew McConaughey winning the Oscar too, so he'll good chance that he'll probably get.
When was the last time an actor had a reigning Oscar and an Emmy? That doesn't happen very often.
Then he'll need to go on Broadway so he can get an EGOT.
What about the outstanding drama? So you think it's down to True Detective or Fargo?
Well, see, True Detective cheated. True Detective is not a drama series. True Detective was a miniseries. But it entered in the drama series category.
And Breaking Bad, isn't that still in the running too for drama?
Breaking Bad, I think Breaking Bad may win because it was its last 8 episodes, and they were so good. So, you never know how these people are going to vote. Last year, the best actor in a drama series was Jeff Daniels for The Newsroom, and everyone was like, what?
Really? That guy won?
Bryan Cranston won.
I know.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that was really not a good call there. What about for the women? Who do you think for the women? Either?
The women's roles are never as good, are they? I mean, they're just not.
They don't write them.
Yeah.
They don't
write them.
Great women's roles.
Right. So I would like to see Lizzie Kaplan win for playing Virginia Johnson in Masters of Sex. She's really, really good.
Isn't that another miniseries as opposed to?
No, it's a series.
Oh, okay.
And it's just renewed for its 3rd season.
Yeah.
What about Orange is the New Black? Would that be in?
They nominated themselves as a comedy.
Oh.
Because it's so hilarious.
Okay.
Does that make any sense to you? And the nominee for Best Actress in a Comedy is Taylor Schilling, who's the star, and she's the least funny character in a show that's not a comedy.
If Fargo was so great, and I watched the whole thing, it was really, really good. How come Billy Bob Thornton wasn't nominated for Best Actor?
He was, but it nominated itself as a miniseries.
Oh. The whole thing is really kind of confusing.
I know. I mean, you don't they have to fall under certain? How can they decide what?
They get to decide. There are vague rules that no one pays any attention to.
What about Downton Abbey? Is that going to do any damage tonight?
No, probably not.
Right.
Maggie Smith may win something. She's hardly in it.
What channel is Masters of Sex on? What channel is that on?
Showtime.
Showtime. I don't have Showtime.
What about Kerry Washington?
Well, I have an off-the-wall prediction here.
All right, here we
Kerry
go.
Washington was supposed to win last year
What
for
happened?
Scandal, and she didn't. And sometimes the Emmys take a while to catch up. So maybe she'll win this year. Right.
I don't know how you can't. I mean, you're saying True Detective is that good?
True Detective is very good.
Yeah.
I hear it
It was
is,
very. Did
Yeah.
you not watch it?
I watched the first episode and I thought it was pretty good, but Matthew McConaughey's character was a little weird. So
And that's
it-
the
yeah,
weird.
well,
Weird is what
it's-
wins.
It sort of scared me a little bit, and I was like, I don't really want to watch Freak Show on my TV. So
It was interesting that that Woody Harrelson, who's so odd, was the normal one,
right, yeah,
and Matthew McConaughey was the crazy one.
right, and there's nothing better than John Hamm. I think that Mad Men is ridiculously good, and
It is awful that he's not been recognized for that.
know.
He made that show, and he's still making that show.
yeah.
I mean he is the he's the Jessica Crane. Who was the woman from All My Children?
Oh,
Susan Lucci. He's the Susan Lucci.
Yeah, I think he should have won early on because now there are so many other
Yeah.
great series out there. What about comedy though?
Comedy's really. Are there any comedies you love?
Well,
now?
what's comical is this whole conversation. We haven't talked about one network show.
That is
Right. There are not many network shows nominated.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that just goes to show you that these are all on Showtime and Netflix and everything
HBO.
else. So it's a new world order out there. All
Well,
right.
The Big Bang Theory is nominated as best comedy series.
I can't believe that show is still
It's still
on.
rocking and rolling.
It's still funny. It's still really funny, I think.
It's such a simple premise. 4 nerdy guys living next to a hot girl. I mean, I could have come up with that idea.
I guess it's
They have
refreshing.
good writing, and they've allowed the characters to evolve over the years, and it's nominated for. It's renewed for 3 more seasons.
And they're all making $1 million an episode.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
they
love
all signed big, fat new contracts.
Gail Pennington, when can we read you? When can we see you?
Well, you can read me in the online tonight and in the paper tomorrow when I report on the Emmys, and then I'll be in Friday's Go and Sunday's A&E.
Gail Pennington, have a fun Emmys party tonight.
Thanks. I'll be all alone.
All right. Thanks, Gail. You're never alone when you're friends with the Big 550.
You are not.
Kate